Hey, hey, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome to Inspire Her.
Hello, I'm Felicia Vereen, always known as Fee.
Hey, Fee, and I'm your girl Sharita 3, better known as Fred.
And we are Inspire Her, the Total Woman podcast, a new podcast all about uplifting you.
Yes.
Because friends, face it, you are awesome.
We'll be chatting up about topics we love to talk about. All the things we as women must juggle every day and the ish we complain about. But
who's listening?
Girl,
we'll chat about the struggle, the job, and about him. You know who we talking about.
Girl.
That boo, husband, boyfriend, ex, whatever you calling them today. Our lovely hellions, kids.
Our angels. But seriously, friends, life happens, and we don't always get a chance to talk about it. We take it on the chin and we keep it moving.
Because that's what we were told to do.
Yep.
But here on Inspire Her, the Total Woman podcast with Red and Fee, we are the friends you love to hang out with. We are here to inspire her, the Total Woman.
Yes.
Well, now, look who we have here today.
Hey,
Miss
girl.
Brittanie Odom. Hey, girl, hey. Listen, y'all, y'all don't know what I might say today because I'm on here by myself. My partner is gone, and I'm free to do whatever I want to do.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be one of them.
Brittanie, I was scrolling, social media scrolling at lunchtime one day, and I saw a message from you, and I said, "Suddenly season."
Suddenly season.
I want to know what this suddenly season is. So I called you. Well, I jumped in your messenger, said, "Hey, I need you to tell me what this suddenly season is, and can you be on the podcast?" And you said, "Sure
Anything
can.
for you. Sure will."
So listen, I appreciate you. And I told you, I think I told you, and I told a couple other people, you're young, and you got your mind already set on who you are, what you want to do with your life, your goals. You inspire me, and I'm older, so I would like to say that to you.
Listen, don't make me cry. It don't take much.
Oh, girl, go ahead, shed a tear. I'll be like Oprah, draw them tears out.
Draw them tears. Yeah.
But yeah, you
Thank
are.
you.
I think you are inspiring. You're doing some good things. People. You never know who's watching. You never know who's watching.
Listen, I've heard that my whole life.
Right now, you are doing some good things, and I just want you to tell us a little bit about you, what you do, who you are. What are you doing? And she is in the city of Savannah along with myself. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. So my name is Brittanie Odom. Like I said, born and raised in the city of Savannah. All my life, I lived in Charlotte for a little bit. I need to go visit because I haven't been there in a while. But I am currently working in the school district as a parent and community coordinator. So I work building relationships between the parents, the schools, and community partners. I'm also a worship leader at Temple of Glory Community Church.
Shout out Temple of Glory.
Shout out to the Temple.
Wait a minute, I got something for you.
Not the applause.
My little sound effect there.
I love it. Yes. Shout out to the Temple. I've under my dad, preacher's kid, Bishop Matthew Odom. I've been singing my whole life. Currently, just I guess kind of redefining and finding out who I am as a person, as a woman, enjoying life, coming through the COVID and everything that life has been lifing. And just finding who I am all over again. And like you said, just defining myself on my own terms, on God's terms at the same time. And just enjoying the life that I'm living. Honestly.
Good. That is good.
Having peace about everything. And I'm grateful.
I can see it all on your face. It's all glowing, girl. It's all up in here. And that's what Inspire Her is about. And for those of you who don't know, me and my partner, Red, Sharita Watkins, I'm sorry, her name is not Watkins anymore. It's 3.
Come on.
We had conversations about different things, lots of different things that we felt like women needed to hear,
Yeah.
inspirational things. So that's why we started this podcast, and we try to bring on women who can inspire at any age. You can inspire.
And I feel like, just like you said, at any age, you can always learn something from another woman.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely,
Period.
absolutely.
You're never too old to grow, to learn, to be inspired by somebody else, you know. And you inspire me because you're consistent with the podcast,
Yeah.
and I see your new journey that you're on. I saw
Yeah.
that.
Did you see that? I thought I
I
was gonna
saw
die,
it.
y'all.
I'm,
Y'all, I am on a belly boot camp for
and
the
you better
next
do it.
4 weeks, and this the first one was he was just testing us to see how much he could stretch us, how much he could do. And girl, I was like, "Ooh,
How
don't."
was it?
It was good. It was good. It
Okay.
was, and I had started this journey back
Mhm.
during COVID time where I was
Yeah.
walking, running the stairs on River Street. And then
Ooh,
everything got back to normal, and I was like, "Bump that. Let me go
forget
back,"
it.
because that was really my way of keeping my mind straight.
Yeah, and you gotta find some kind of release, some
Right.
kind of outlet.
Wanted to be locked up in the house, and that was I had to see people, and that was my way.
Yeah,
Walking, mask on, staying away from people. And
yeah.
so now I'm back on that journey, and my
Okay.
body's saying, "Hey, girl, what you doing? What's going on? What, what you
What's
doing with
happening to him?
these things lately?" So yeah,
Your
so
body like, wait a minute.
question for you. And then we're
Okay,
going to get into what is suddenly season, right?
sure.
So I want to know all the hoopla is going on about what Tyler Perry said, the statement that he made to Black women.
Ooh.
And he pretty much said, I'm paraphrasing, he pretty much said, if you got a man that is willing to love you, that loves the ground you walked on, and is there for you and everything you need. But the only thing is, he does not make as much money as you make. You are the breadwinner. Maybe he could pay the light bill. What's wrong with that? He said, you should be okay with that. And he specifically said this to Black women. What say you about that?
So a couple of points. It definitely varies from woman to woman. Um, yeah, I can love you all day long. You're a wonderful person, beautiful. I love being in a relationship with you, but it's not always gonna be fairy tale every day. What kind of practicality and logic are you bringing to this union? I love you, but it's stuff that still needs to be handled. It's got to be give and take. And if I'm the breadwinner, first of all, it's gonna take a confident woman to be in that relationship and not emasculate him. That's a
Say that
whole.
again. Repeat that. Repeat,
You got to be a confident woman as the breadwinner to be in that relationship with him and not emasculate him. Don't
that.
make him feel, because he already is probably dealing with it on his own. So don't rub that in his face. Now, if you choose to stay in that relationship with him, don't throw that in his face. Don't bring that up. Y'all have
It's
set.
hard for some women. That's hard.
That is hard, especially when you're not doing your part.
Especially when you have an argument.
Mm-hmm.
Come out, all this, just
That
loud.
word vomit.
You ain't saying nothing around here,
Anyway, how long we been dealing with this?
Right. You gotta still
Either you're gonna
allow
accept it
him
or you're not. Give him that room to be that man.
being even if he's not the breadwinner. And I did hear, and I put this on Inspire Her for those who are listening who want to answer that question. Answer the question, because one lady said, once the money comes in the house, it's ours.
It's ours. It's ours.
And there's no his or hers or mine,
Right.
yours, or
Right.
it's just
Because if we're doing this together, we're pooling our resources together, then it should not matter, who contributed how much. It should not. If you got two mature adults and the goal is to make sure all of our needs are met, we're not lacking in any area, and we're in this partnership together, that's what the end goal should be. So
Right.
yeah, now if you're gonna keep your own money to the side, that's on you. But if we're both contributing together, we got to be responsible and communicate with each other. This is how this is going out. This is what you can take care of, and you comfortable taking care of that. I'm not gonna look at you sideways for nothing else.
Right.
That's just me.
Right. I
But yeah,
agree.
let that man be a man. Let him, however he sees he needs to handle it in his own right, do that and still maintain your femininity.
And like I told you, I was in a situation like that. And I'm not gonna say that a couple of times I had that thought in my head that, oh yeah, this is, and God fixed me a little bit. Because during COVID I lost my job.
He'll do it.
And then
He'll
this
bring you back.
man currently making more than me. So be careful, ladies, what you say, what you do, you
Them
know.
words will come right back around, won't they?
Come right, spin right back around.
They gonna spin the block on you.
Right back around and slap you back in the forehead, in the back of your head. It's like, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. So yeah.
I would say that I don't like it in the way that he phrased it, like you have to settle.
Right. I think it's how
I think that it's that tone that makes a difference.
Right.
In the message. The message can definitely be lost in the delivery. So just to say, yeah, you got to be okay with that. It's not gonna be, everybody won't be okay with it. But say, find a way to phrase it so that women can understand there are men that still want to be with you, that still want to love you. And a part of being in a relationship is finding a common ground and compromise at the same time. How are we going to move forward together? But don't tell me I got to settle for anything, because I'm not going to do that.
Right. It's gotta be about love. In my situation,
Absolutely.
I wasn't concerned about any of that, we broke up for other reasons, not nothing to do with money. Had nothing to do with money. And like I said, even for thoughts that I had, you can think something and God will fix you for that. So,
you ain't share those thoughts with nobody.
I don't know that losing my job had anything to do with that, but I can tell you now, this man,
to think about it.
He made less than me then, and he's making more than me now. So it's karma. It's karma.
It made you reflect on some things.
make you think about some things. So, but listen, guys, if you are out there listening, please share, because I want everybody to hear about this suddenly season, because I didn't want her to tell me what she meant by until she came on here, because I'm gonna be taking notes too. So, Miss Brittanie, tell us about this suddenly season.
Okay, so I'm gonna put on the minister's hat. For the last few weeks, I'll be honest with you, I've been studying Amos chapter 9. And around verse 13, it says, "Yes, indeed, it won't be long now." Something to the effect of things will happen so fast, it'll cause your head to swim. We can deal with things and pray about things, and you won't see the fruit of it immediately. Seed time and harvest. You plant the seed, you have these plans, these goals, but you have to wait for it to come into fruition. You have to wait to see evidence of what you've been planning for, praying for, writing out. And it's all about how you handle that process. Well, for everything, there is a season. So I think we're in a time now where things are going to happen suddenly. Suddenly, things are going to make sense. Suddenly, the things that you prayed for are going to be in front of you, and you're really not even going to be looking for it. You prayed about it and you let it go, and you went through life, and here it is in front of you. So, I pray about it. God, I trust you to handle it. And now you wake up one day, and the same things that you prayed for months ago, weeks ago, years ago are in front of you. You're walking in it, and it's suddenly time for things to change for you. It's suddenly time for you to change your mind. It's suddenly time for, those things to happen in front of you that you might have lost faith for. You weren't expecting it. You say, well, it didn't happen, but whatever. And now you're at a place in life where you can handle it. You're at a place in life that you can appreciate it. I'll be very transparent. 2 years ago, I lost my mom to COVID. Broke my heart. But I do believe that that kind of birthed something new in me. It caused me to, and I didn't even realize it was happening, to evolve and to change. And there are things happening now that I can appreciate that I would not have years ago.
Right.
There's people in my life now that I appreciate more that I wasn't looking for, but they've been such a blessing to me, and I can appreciate them more. So suddenly won't look the same for everybody, but there is an opening now. There is a pouring out now of finances, of peace, of wealth, of businesses, of forgiveness, and it's happening suddenly. So when I say it's suddenly season, I'm thankful for whatever I had to go through to get here is here now, and I can appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what suddenly season is for me. Suddenly, my mind is I'm at peace. Suddenly, it makes sense why I had to deal with what I had to deal with, so I can get to this point. That's
Okay.
that's suddenly season.
All right. So for someone, and I'm sorry guys, my lighting is just acting crazy today. But for someone who is feeling down in the dumps and is feeling
Mm-hmm.
maybe like you were during COVID, and I remember
Mm.
that and I felt for you. I really did because
I
a young girl,
appreciate you.
her mom is,
It's different.
I can't even imagine it. I
I
can't.
wouldn't wish it on anybody. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
tell them, we need the steps. We need to understand, what is it that
Mm-hmm.
we're supposed to do? Because I understand the, pray about it and
Mm-hmm.
leave it. But there's got to be some other things that you did along the way that kept you sane and not worrying and not stressing out about, because that's the one thing that women do. We'll
Mm-hmm.
say, okay, well, I'm not gonna worry about it no more. I prayed
And
about
keep
it,
going back to it.
on, but then you still got high blood pressure and everything else being concerned
Oh
about
yeah.
it. Finances is one of the main ones.
Mm-hmm. You said something earlier in how you'll go up and down the stairs. Release. You have to learn how to literally find an outlet for you, whether it be going outside in nature and letting these things go. I feel like if there's nothing that you can physically do about it to change it, I have to learn to let it go. There's
Right.
nothing in my power that I can do. Release those things that are bigger than you. Forgive people. Forgive yourself. We
Ooh,
don't know.
that's a hard
It is hard. I'm not gonna lie to you. It
one.
is. It is hard, especially forgiving people that you didn't do anything to, but they've done you wrong. They've hurt you, and they don't even know. They may not even know that they hurt you. But you have to find a resolve in yourself. I can't hold on to this. I forgive you because that's you. But for me, I got to forgive and let go of this situation that's not helping me. It's doing me more harm than good to hold on to it. Honestly, um, release those things that's bigger than you. Forgive. I would say stay consistent in your prayer life. It's easier said than done, but it doesn't have to be um, something that's weighing you down. God says, remind him of his word. God,
Mm-hmm.
you said you do this, okay, and then find some way to occupy your time, some other way to occupy your mind. You mentioned, high blood pressure. People were stressing about that in their finances. Pick up a hobby. If it's just going outside and walking 30 minutes a day, just going out. Daffin Park is beautiful. Forsyth. It doesn't have to be anything strenuous, but something else to change up your routine makes
Right.
a world of difference. If Savannah is filled with so much stuff and they keep adding things. So I would say find something to be interested in. Get outside of the house, outside of your norm, and
Change
watch how things
it.
change your environment. Watch how things change for you. You meet new people and you find yourself not being so consumed about what was bothering you.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely, make a conscious effort. Okay, this is I'm getting irritated by this. Redirect your focus.
But have you ever met people that are stuck? They're just stuck and don't know how to fix it. They just
And I've been there. I know people, and some people can get comfortable in being stuck. So in that, I say write out everything you feel, and then reflect on how far you've come. If you keep a journal, keep a diary, write it out. That way, sometimes we don't see how far we've come
mhm.
from outside or while we're in something, and we have to. It's all about your mindset, honestly. When you make up in your mind, I don't want to be stuck. Am I okay being in this place? I saw something, a question after a question. Why do I feel like this? Okay, what happened that led me here? You have to do certain self assessments to get to a place. You know what? I don't even know why I feel like this. Something from years ago could have you feeling like you can't get out of whatever you're in. But until you dig deep to the bottom of it, if you want to go to therapy, get a therapist. I highly encourage it because, everybody deals with their own things differently. But if somebody does feel stuck, I do want you to know that it is a way out of what you're currently dealing with. Everything is temporary. Everything. If you're facing something right now, you weren't dealing with it 5 or 10 years ago. If you're still dealing with it, you got a better handle on it right now than you did then.
I agree. I
Mm-hmm.
totally agree with that. I know I told someone a long time ago, well, it wasn't a long time ago, it was when I first got here. People asked me, why are you moving from Virginia to Savannah?
To
And
Savannah
I'm
because it's
like,
beautiful.
well, one, because Gulfstream rolled out the red carpet
Mm-hmm.
and they really know how to woo you. And
They'll get you in.
here. Um, and it's beautiful here.
Yeah.
And the main thing is I was dealing with something up there and the
Mm-hmm.
environment just wasn't conducive to good energy for me anymore. Even though I love my family and I still love
Yeah.
my family there, but I needed a new environment.
Yeah.
I had a 2-year-old daughter, and everybody was like, "But you," I said, "You know what? I just gotta go,"
You gotta
and
do it
that's
for
what I
you.
did. And I can say I have flourished since I've been here,
Mm-hmm.
and um, I don't regret it. I don't regret it
And
at
it,
all.
I'm sure it took a lot of courage to make that leap down here
It
to the
did
north.
because I was girl. I've always been in the same environment with my mom, and I had a
Mm-hmm.
2-year-old. So, whenever I wanted to go, I was like, "Hey, ma, you wanna get India?" And it was nothing. And she
Right.
was living up there at the time, and I moved here, and
Okay.
I didn't really have friends here. I had family,
You were
but
starting all over.
I was starting all over. And the first place I went to that made me feel comfortable was the Liberty City Church of Christ.
Yeah.
That's where I started to relax and feel comfortable
Yeah.
with my friends and open me up. And I met a
Mm-hmm.
girl that is one of my best friends today,
That's awesome.
Sharice Brown, who I would allow my daughter to go with because I didn't, know people. So allowing my daughter
Right.
to go with somebody was huge for me.
Yeah. I can imagine.
And then thank God I prayed about it and I didn't even ask, but my mom decided to move down here. So
Awesome.
so
The look, the village came to you.
girl, the village came, and she's from here anyway, but the village
Okay.
came. So, sometimes it's just about changing that environment and things change.
Getting out
That
of what's
suddenly
comfortable
season
for
came.
you.
Yeah.
That's another thing. We get comfortable. We know the situation is draining us. We know is not any good for us. You're not okay, but you're comfortable there. You got to be willing to take that extra step, and you don't know how your life could change when you jump, when
Right.
you leap. Take that extra step.
Now, what some of these people don't know is, like I said, you're pretty young. And like I said, you have your mindset on things that you're doing. You have a job. you're doing some pretty good things. And this young lady also was ordained last the
Ah,
early part of this year.
last year, last October, I was licensed to be a minister last year,
Yeah.
and next month I'll be ordained as an elder.
Wow.
Who knew?
Wow. 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 Girl. Okay. So I mean that's some pressure.
A little bit, just a little bit.
That's some expectation right there.
Yeah,
And that's suddenly. I mean, like not suddenly. That's
suddenly,
a part of your
suddenly,
suddenly season.
suddenly. I was like, oh, okay, all right, yeah, that's happening next
Yeah.
month. Hmm.
Well, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Somebody somebody had to see something in you to
Thank you.
make that happen.
Listen, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. I didn't ask for it.
I'm sure, but you know what? Most people don't at when promotions happen. Sometimes people go out for promotions, and then sometimes
Mhm.
they see something in you that says she's ready.
And that's very humbling. I'm very grateful. Number one, um, I like I said, I've been in church my whole life, but it was to an extent. I sing and I go home, and that's it for me. That was all for me. But time, and I swear it seemed like just that fast. It was a whirlwind. Um, Suddenly, things are happening on the heels of one another, and I am absolutely grateful. It is a little pressure, but like I say, you deal with things. Life happens, and you realize why you're where you are.
hmm And sometimes that pressure creates those diamonds, right?
That's what I heard.
Sometimes that pressure creates those, and sometimes we don't even know. Look, you, I like to talk. Anybody knows me knows I like to talk, and but nobody would have told me a couple years ago that I would even be doing this podcast on the magnitude that it
Please.
is right now. Just doing it, period.
Yeah,
I love it. I
you
love
love
it,
it.
and people have asked us to do all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Um, but people also have negative things to say. You know what I'm saying? So the when people are pressured just a little bit, not in a bad way, but when
Mhm.
people expect you to do something a little bit more than what you're doing,
Mhm.
it's called a stretch. Stretch
Whew.
method. People will stretch you. People, and it's only people that know that you have the potential. See what I'm saying?
And look, you gonna make me cry. I told you at the onset it doesn't take much. Um, because that's the absolute truth. You know, you deal with in life in general, you deal with the stretching and the pressure to bring out the best in you.
Mm-hmm.
And just like we said earlier, you're never too young or too old to grow or to learn. So as soon as you think you've mastered something, here's something else to stretch you a little bit more. And even with the podcast, you're going to reach even bigger audiences and platforms because you're being stretched and
Right.
you love what you do. So, wherever you are in life, don't take the stretching for granted because
I
it's
try
something
not.
behind it.
I try not to.
Don't.
'Cause sometimes that stretch makes you feel like you're gonna pop, and you're like, "Well, hold up,
I mean,
hold
wait a
up,
minute.
hold up." But
I
listen,
did not see
guys, for
this.
those of you who are listening, and this is not only for women, Inspire Her. It's we women created it. We created it for women, but along the way, we learned that one guy told us that he listens so that he'll understand women. And I'm
Yep.
all for it. If we got men out here that's listening to understand women, I'm all for it. Come on, listen, jump
Pre-game.
in and be nosy. But listen,
Pre-game.
at all ages, people think that I have a mentor in different points of my life. And it doesn't matter how old you are, you know, a mentor is somebody that maybe can see something that you can't.
Right.
Maybe can see opportunities that you don't see. Maybe you know they're at a level where is where you're trying to go. You
And
know,
they've been there already.
right. What's the best way to get to where you want to be? Ask somebody that's already there. How do I maneuver this? How do I make this happen?
Right. And it's not being arrogant or anything. How can I get to, where you are? How can I achieve greater?
And
I'm not.
if you come up with to a person that's not willing to help you with that information, that's not the right person.
You don't need to be connected to them, because they don't want to help somebody else. What good is it for you to achieve all of this stuff and you can't help somebody else come up
Help
too?
help the
You're
next
not hurting anybody by helping somebody.
right. And we're
Yeah,
gonna do a podcast about
look how you getting excited.
let me see how I can say this. We're gonna do a podcast about, and I haven't even presented this to my partner yet. It just came in my head.
See what happened when you by yourself?
I told y'all I'm gonna make up some stuff now, so I'm about to write it down. But
write it down.
we as women, and I'm gonna say this, just like Tyler Perry did, this is for Black women. We tend to grab and pull at each other. I'm gonna pull you back down here because I don't like that you're getting ahead of me, or I'm going to talk about you because you think you're cute, or you think you did something, or you know, and I'm not all. So please don't get in my inbox. There's people that get in our inbox and want to say some things, but not everybody. But there are some people that don't want to see you achieve. So, sometimes you have to be able to see who those people are and be able to ignore what they're saying. Put them on
Absolutely.
post. And some of them in your family.
Listen, out of sight, out of mind.
Some of them are in your family, and you just gotta.
That's the absolute truth.
You gotta say, pause. Get behind me. I ain't gonna call you a devil, but get behind me.
You got to move though. Yeah.
And if this is not for me, I gotta find out. Now, if I'm doing something that you think I shouldn't be doing and it's detrimental, I understand that. But a lot of these things are just things that people, they can't see it for themselves. You ever had a person say, "Girl, you can't do that. You ain't such and such. You ain't got this, or you don't know what I got."
Right. You have no idea what I'm capable of. I don't put all my cards on the table. So no, don't come over here with that negative energy, that negativity, because I see you for what you're doing. I don't want any parts.
You gotta watch. I'm an observer. I talk, but I'm an observer as well. So if you see me in a room, I'm checking people out. I'm looking to see what you're about.
My mom would get on me. She's like, "You don't have much to say." I'm like, I'm watching before I speak, before I say anything, and 10 times out of 9, I'm spot on with my observation and the reading. So yeah, you do have to observe and assess how you're gonna move with people.
And don't tell everybody everything. You can't
say it again for the people in the back.
Everybody know what you're doing. You can't. You can't. Because listen, there are people that sit back and dislike you so much that they pray for your demise.
I don't understand it.
Didn't they?
It's happened. I've dealt with some things and some encounters with people. I'm like, how? Is that not time consuming? Is that not energy? That's not draining?
I don't be worried about somebody that much. I don't.
Leave me alone.
I just
be great.
Let me say this. I don't care enough.
There it is.
And I'm not trying to be
It's not rude.
not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to, talk bad about any person, group of people, anything, but I just don't care that much. Like if it's something that you don't like about me, okay,
That's fine.
you know, maybe this is
I
my
love me
okay
though.
season. Maybe this is my okay season. Because if you
Okay.
don't if you don't agree with me, okay. If you don't like me, okay. If you don't want to be around me, okay.
Hey.
It's all good. It's plenty of other areas you could be in. It's just, I mean, when you get in that good spot and things start happening, now I got the word, the what season?
It's suddenly season.
Suddenly season. Yes, ma'am, Jane. It's the okay season. Oh,
Okay.
like they say
And
it.
you got to be okay with okay.
How they say it in Savannah? Okay,
Okay.
okay. Listen, don't nobody have time to be running around worrying about what people saying or
Because people gonna talk regardless.
right. Because if you're worried about them, you might miss your blessing over here.
And that
You're missing your blessing over here.
you missing your blessing. You don't know how that person could help you, but you talking bad about them. But like you said, okay, you got to be okay with okay. You can't. You're not gonna change everybody's mind. I don't have the energy or time to try and change everybody's mind. Um, everybody got an opinion, and that's cool. But as long as you know who you are, content with who you are, and confident with who you are, okay.
And you just said something right there. Some of the problem is people don't know who they are.
Yeah.
They don't know how far they can go, what they can achieve,
Yeah.
because they have a group of friends that's just right here
And
and
comfortable right there.
tried to step up because I'm good right here. I'm good.
No,
Not trying to do anything more. I'm just okay.
that's not the okay I want to be in.
That's not the okay. That's not the okay season.
That's not
Just
my
sit
okay.
right here because I don't want to put no more effort into it. I don't want to
Mm-mm.
stress myself out. I don't want to fail. People are afraid to fail.
Failure lets me know at least I'm trying to do the right thing. I'm
Right,
trying to grow.
right.
And you can't be afraid of failing. If anything, I'm afraid of staying the same.
That's what I'm afraid of being the same person I was 10 years ago, doing the
That's
same,
scary.
you know? Like
You're right, Jane.
I told my daughter, y'all, I'm gonna brag on my baby real
How's she
quick.
doing?
She is good. She is good. I got a ton of pictures I could show, but I'm not.
Mm-mm.
She is doing good. She's up in Kennesaw and she surprised me. She
How?
surprises me on a daily basis. She's joined clubs and
Yeah.
she's branching out there. And I said, well, are your
Okay.
friends? She's like, no, they're not joining any clubs. I said, well, good. Do
Do
you.
you? Do
Do
you?
you. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm proud of her because a lot of the things that I think I thought was going in one ear and out the other, it got stuck in there and
Mm-hmm.
it's swirling around up in there. It's in there.
It's
And I'm
in there.
I'm like, just do you. Everybody's not gonna want to do what you want to do.
And everybody can go.
Now she's a freshman, so this might change. But she was like, I said, well, what's going on? She was like, I'm just in the bed. I said, well, it's Saturday night. Where your friends at? Oh, they went to a party. I wasn't feeling all of that. And girl, I wanted to jump up and run in the house.
Enjoy it while you can.
I
And
wanted to
that's
jump
good
up and
now.
run around the house. Now I don't, it may change. I mean,
Right.
she's learning things, she's learning herself. But I'm loving
That's
the person that she is allowing herself to be.
that's it. She's figuring things out for her. She's in a new environment. She's not afraid to branch out on her own, and that's a very admirable trait that just her friends not doing it, but she's still doing it anyway. So tell her, keep it up, baby. You got it, and that's gonna take her very, very far.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
she's not afraid to do things on her own and be independent like that.
Right. She's definitely not afraid of that. Now I'm not gonna let the other information I wanted to talk about loose yet, because we're gonna be doing a podcast with this other group that Miss Brittany is a part of later on.
Yes.
She's got a lot of good things, guys. She got a lot of good things coming up. I'm checking you out. I am. I was like,
You
this
see me?
girl is doing her thing, and it's just like, okay, and I'm here for it. I am definitely here for it.
Just living.
I'm here for it. And I know you did when I first met you. I think that was the first time I met you when you came to do the conference for Jack and Jill.
Jack and Jill.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
we were friends on Facebook,
Yeah.
and that was the first time we met.
Person that actually saw you. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Well, you got fans, girl. You got fans.
Listen. I'm just grateful for life because just like your daughter is branching out and finding things that interest her. I'm still doing that
Yeah.
because I'm not the same person that I was 5 or 10 years ago. So what else is out there for me to tackle and conquer?
Girl,
Why not have fun?
I see. I definitely I see it. I just see it. I mean, you're a nice person to. When I met you, you had a big old smile, gave me a big hug, and I was like, oh, she's so sweet.
I'm gonna hug you now.
Definitely. I told him, I was like, definitely keep her in your back pocket, because I was checking in on you, and everybody was, listening in. People were.
That was an awesome experience. It really was.
I watch people when they sitting up and leaning in. That mean they interested. And those moms were leaning in, and they were getting good information from you. So listen, I know you're gonna do good things. So they don't have to tell me. They don't have to tell me. And I'm gonna get by. That church.
Come on to the temple. Let's round the corner.
I'm gonna come over there and check you out, because I done heard you sing, and have y'all heard her sing? Oh my goodness.
I sing a little bit, nothing too much.
She being real modest, y'all. See how girl can sing her throat out.
What?
She sing out her throat.
That throat.
She sing out her throat, y'all. She is good. And
we would love to have you.
Look,
your family
goes down that girl. I told you she got fans up in here.
Listen, we family. Come on over. Y'all
thank y'all for coming. Thank y'all for sharing her with us tonight. Listen,
it was a pleasure.
You meet people every day and along the way, and sometimes you can just tell good people. And you're good people. Knocking on.
All right, Umifi.
Some people you meet and you're like, you ain't the person I thought you was,
And it'll come out.
Oh yeah. So look,
I'm grateful.
Good things.
Listen, I'm excited about what's to come. Take all the lessons that you learned, and you, just like you said earlier, I don't have time to worry about what's not worried about me. Okay. And go from there.
Girl, we in the suddenly season.
Suddenly season.
Like my suddenly season, then okay.
I love it.
Okay.
Just brought it all together.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm okay with it.
Right.
Yeah. You don't have to be okay with my suddenly season, but okay, go in peace. We flourishing over here though.
I liked it. I liked it, and that's why you're a guest on here, because I want you to express
So much.
what that was and give us the steps to be able to get there. It's just, it's amazing when you see people in their environment doing their thing. And that's it.
Say to everybody, expect your suddenly. Expect things to go well for you in life in general. You know, for those who are stuck, change your mind every day. Reminders of, things are gonna get better for me. Things are gonna get better for me. This is gonna turn around. It won't last. And greater is on the way for me. And watch it happen.
Right.
Whatever it is you looking for, you gotta look for it.
Right.
Expect it to come to you.
God ain't here to punish you at all. God is here
I don't believe that.
give you all your desires, but you just got to believe that He holding your hand and walking beside you.
Come on, Fee.
And I ain't no minister, y'all. You ain't gonna get me speaking.
It don't.
Girl, well, let me put in a plug for Liberty City Church of Christ. We had a minister, Brother Thomas L. Thomas. I'm gonna tell you, we had a revival Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and this man, he tore me all apart and put me back together on Sunday.
You back together.
Put me, so I'm a work in progress, y'all. But my suddenly season has been happening for a little while, and I'm all for it. I'm all for it. So look,
and I love it. I love it for you.
A suddenly season for everybody who's listening and who will be listening. And look, please share this because you don't know who needs a little bit of inspiration. Everybody needs inspiration. Everybody.
Yeah, everybody. And even people might look like they got it all together.
They don't. Somebody might, it's hard to have it all together.
That's got to be tiresome too. Are you okay?
It's some things that I'm like, girl, you got that. I don't even know how to do that. As long as you know how to do it and you can help me out, we good. That's why you need your people. Because if I don't want to know how to do that. So if you can do it,
my avenue.
I'm an accountant by trade. Some people don't even like numbers.
It's like, me. If it's not my money.
Felicia, can you help me with this? And I'm like, yeah, because that's what I like to do.
I don't deal with numbers. I like words. Numbers.
So I might call you up and be like, look, help me write this, or help me do this. Look, because
help me help you
write it. But whether it sounds like it's flowing,
that's my thing.
Up to editors and all that good stuff. That's how I got.
I write you all day long.
That's right.
As long as my money add up to what it need to add up. Hold on. Oh, okay, we good. All that extra stuff.
Yeah. I don't have to have it all. It don't all have to be up here. But as long as you got a community that's willing to help you, willing to help, everybody's praying for everybody, it's all good.
It's all good. And as long as
when you all can have your suddenly season together.
And we celebrate together. If you haven't had those things happen yet, go ahead and celebrate because it's on the way.
It's coming. It's coming.
It's coming.
Well, anything else you want to leave with the people before we sign off tonight?
It's already getting better. Whatever you dealing with is getting better. It's already better. And take that with you for the rest of the week. It's already better. Suddenly, it's getting better. That's all I got. I had to tell myself today, you know what? It's already better.
It's already better. When you're looking forward and not looking back, that's all. It can do nothing but get better. So
it can do nothing but get better.
Suddenly, baby, it is suddenly season. So if stuff starts to happen suddenly, look, pray about it. If stuff starts to happen, you start to get your rewards. Prayers answer. Think about Brittanie. She cloned it. Suddenly season.
Suddenly season. It's going. It might catch you off guard. It might not. Just if you prayed about it, it's coming.
Be ready.
It's already better. That's it. Be ready. Be ready for it.
Be ready. Don't miss it, because some people can miss it.
Now, Fee,
don't miss it.
Tell them again. Don't miss it.
Don't
Make
miss
sure you're in position to get it.
and don't be hating on nobody else. And he take it back. Because he can
What
do
the
that.
applause sound again?
He can look. We got to give applause for that one. Don't be hating on nobody else. And then you miss it. You
And
might
now you mad.
might
There it is.
All right, y'all. We done. We done. We are done. And I just want to thank you for coming on. And like I said, we're gonna see her. And we might see we might with this project that you're working, we might ask them if we can interview a couple of y'all. So we
That'd be good.
I might see her again on here in October.
Listen, whenever you want me, just say the word.
So just
I'll be right here.
just hang on. You might I'm not gonna tell the secret, but
It's gonna be good.
just hang on because it's gonna be real good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all. Me and Brittanie are saying good night.
We are here to inspire her, the total woman.
Yes.
Bye.
Girl,
My face hurting.
why am I not?